Yo, listen, it's Platinum Max, part of the Acclaim, the Platinum Playboy, best wrestler alive, and you are rocking with the Bob Culture Podcast. Yo, listen, Platinum on the mic, and I'm coming for your ass. I'm listening to the Bob Culture Podcast, and I think it's the hottest show in the game, because them and everybody loves the Acclaim. Now, scissor me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to BCP Plus, live here in Brooklyn, New York. Long overdue with a guest I've been trying to get for a while. I didn't even know you were coming today, bro, to be honest. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me, but all of a sudden they gave me an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. So
I don't know what that is yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, y'all going to see tonight. Y'all going to see tonight.
Good problems to have. Of course, you know, let's see, you've held gold, Pro Wrestling Rise, I believe. Pro Wrestling Magic of held gold, Tri-Wizard champion as well.
I'm the Pro Wrestling R World Heavyweight Champion for almost 3 years now.
Is that right?
Yeah, three-year reign now.
That's something to turn your nose at, man.
Nah, I made it a world title overseas in Amsterdam and killed it. Currently made the PWI top 500 last year. Thank you. I broke into the top 100 in the BWI 500s.
Well deserved.
Yeah, I'm also the inaugural and first ever We Are Wrestling Tag Team Champions with Prolific, of course. So, I got some great opportunities happening for me, and that has happened for me thus far.
Very well deserved. And you did a much better intro than me, by the way. But to be fair, and I do my homework, man, I did not know you were going to be here. I was like, Wolf, let's do it real quick, man. But very, very well deserved. Wolf, I want to get into it, man. Shameless promo. You know, we got to talk about it. Chad Adams Memorial Rumble coming up. Pro Wrestling Magic, January 18th at the Mecca. Wolf, you're a guy, I've only been with Magic a few years now. You're a guy I've seen always great matches. One of the greatest factions I've ever seen in the independents, man.
I appreciate that.
Our Feud of the Year winner, I believe, what was it, 2022, 2021?
Yeah, 2022, 2022.
With Lala, great stuff, man. You guys kept it going all over promotions. I'm giving you your flowers here. But that being said, man, perhaps just from an outsider looking in, I'm not a wrestler, maybe a chip on the shoulder, maybe underutilized at times, man. I kind of want to see you with more gold. I want to see you with that junior heavyweight championship. I want to see you with more gold. Heck, you're in that Rumble, perhaps a chance at the big gold at Pro Wrestling Magic. Anything you want to share on that? How do you feel about your positioning right now?
My position right now is I was the first time champion at Pro Wrestling Magic, and all of a sudden no one can take that from me. I'm like, you're always the first. Unfortunately, we didn't get to retire the titles on our own merits, but it's okay because, yet again, we was the first. I solidified myself as being a top-tier athlete everywhere I go. I might not be the guy right now, but I'm going to be the guy later on. And I promise myself, and I always make sure that, my talent is undeniable. I'm just there's not a match that I can't have where I show out and I showcase what I can do in this ring. And in returns, the Chad Adams Memorial Battle Royal, I have a different motive for that match.
Okay.
As you're aware, Azrael's also in that match, so I'm like, if me and him are happening to be in the same number at the same time, or be before me, I'm after him. I'm gunning for him.
Yeah, I get it. And he won the Keys to the Kingdom as well.
Reluctantly.
Yeah, he's great. You got to give him credit, though. He is a great wrestler, man.
I never knocked ass. He was always a great talent. One of the pioneers of New York City wrestling or whatnot. Somebody that I watched coming up in the game. But it's now my time. I put my time overseas. I put my time to make myself internationally known. And I'm just like, now anybody's in my way, I'm just going to knock him down. And Azrael has put himself as a main target in my path.
When it's personal, it's personal. Fair enough.
It's not personal. Trust me, Lala was personal. And we saw the lengths I was able to do with Lala. Ass is just business. I whoop ass, then I get my title shot at any goal that I see fit.
Fair enough, and good luck to you. Isaiah, I want to ask you this. Shane handpicked you for his team at Pro Wrestling Magic, and he said something that I found very profound. He said you had some obstacles not a lot of people knew about, and I'm not trying to dig, man, but you faced obstacles. I know in this business there's a lot of obstacles. So there's a lot of gatekeeping. There's a lot of politics, man. It's not easy, especially here in the indies when you're not on TV every single week. You're this act here, you're this act there, you're a heel, you're a face, whatever it is. How do you kind of navigate those obstacles?
I ain't got to change up nothing. I'm like, I've taken gems for some of the best in the world and some of the best that I'm about to share locker rooms with. I ain't got to change what I do in this ring. Either you love me or you hate me. If you hate me, that just fuels me. If you love me, it still just fuels me. a reaction is all I need, and I promise you this, I get reaction. In regards to my personal obstacles in this business, honestly speaking, a lot of people were just mad at the shit I was able to do when I first broke in, and now I gave them a reason to be mad as I'm doing even better and surpassing them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And I appreciate you even sharing that, man. I want to ask you this one. Prolific, man. One of the best groups I've seen on the independents. It really is a family. It's like family fights, you know that?
Oh, yeah.
You guys fight, and you have great fights, by the way. But there's so much personality in that group. As that group came together, as it continued to grow, as you guys added members, just tell us what that meant to you, what it means to be a member of Prolific, and how you found the group that you did.
It started off with the founders, myself and Marcus. Me and Marcus were enemies, became best friends, started together actually at Warriors of Wrestling. I had an idea, I pitched it to him. I knew Tyree from our time back at Johnny Rod's briefly. Me and him clicked, and all of a sudden I was like, yo, I got an idea that's going to be different for us, especially in independence, because there aren't really any top black factions, and I feel like if we just stick to the script and stick to the plan, we can do that. We formatted it here at Warriors, and all of a sudden I was able to take my talents as Marcus talents, as Tyree talent, and make it a global phenomenon. We have our flags planted in not just North America, Canada, Germany, London, Amsterdam, soon to be Japan. You heard it first. Mexico, Puerto Rico. I was like, there's nothing that this team can't do. And all of a sudden, right now, the best wrestling is in the East Coast, and right now we're the top team of the East Coast.
I love it. Isaiah, that's amazing here. Just two more questions. I want to be respectful of your time, man. You have so much going on right now. You mentioned you're here at Warriors. You have a history here at Warriors. I have no idea what you're doing here. You don't got to give me anything, but is there a goal perhaps here at Warriors? You have history with the Warriors. Is it gold? Is it something personal? Is it someone in the locker room? What's going on here?
Well, right now, my history at Warriors of Wrestling is I'm a former two-time world No Limits champ.
You are a No Limits champ. Okay.
Yeah, world, because I took it off of any Pacifico when he defended it overseas. So I'm always going to solidify myself as a world No Limits champ. I am a former two-time World Wrestling Tag Team champ, one with TK Luther and one with Marcus Marquis, Prolific, of course. And I would love to finalize all of a sudden that Triple Crown victory and winning the World Heavyweight title in due time. Right now, I'm just waiting to surface and seeing who rolls up in the ranks and who I'm going to have to take out. But stay tuned for that. Right now, it's like I'm just showcasing, giving the people a taste of what everybody else has been seeing thus far, and that's that big dick energy. And thus far, I'm just going to showcase what I normally do, and that's be the best and show them why American Gangster is who he is in this indies. I'm pretty much the mayor of underground wrestling.
I like it. I like that. Wolf, I want to ask you this one. I hate to be cliche, but there is opportunity. You used that word earlier. That's my favorite word, especially in this business. We see a lot of the AEW talent coming to these indie shows. We see a lot of legends. Jimmy Yang Wang right now in that locker room. There's a lot of opportunity. AEW talent, ROH talent, people who are legends in this business. We see Dreamer come through, a former No Limits championship that you've also held, like you just said. Is there a dream match? Is there a dream opponent? Because it really is feasible right now.
Right now, to be quite honest, like, yo, if you would have asked me this question back in like 2015, 16, I would have probably like been sold on that word dream matches. But honestly speaking, I was like, yo, I don't believe in dream matches. I'm like, if I'm in that ring and I'm tearing it up, all of a sudden that's a dream for the person that's paying to see me. I'm like, dream matches are just what I showcase in this ring. I make impossible things possible, and I tell great stories in this ring.
I respect that. And Wolf, last one is 2025. I know everyone's got the new year, new me, whatever. What are the short-term goals? What are the long-term goals for you in pro wrestling?
Short-term goal, get more golds. Another short-term goal, get the fuck out the indies.
I've heard that a lot lately, believe it or not.
But nah, man, I'm like, yo, I'm like, I have the great opportunity of being able to showcase my talent and all of a sudden hone my craft on a global scale. So pretty much when that time calls for me to actually make the move up into the big leagues, I'll be ready.
And you are ready, man.
Yeah.
And so glad to have you on the show finally. Tell them where they can follow you, Wolf, all that good stuff.
You can find me on Instagram at Isaiah_Wolf23, Twitter, formerly known, or X, formerly known as Twitter, at The Isaiah, Facebook at just Isaiah Wolf. Yeah, X, Twitter, The Isaiah Wolf. We everywhere, man. YouTube, Isaiah Wolf versus the world, pretty much, and I don't disappoint.
Love it. Wolf, thanks for a few minutes of your time. I'm getting some big energy over here, so continued success moving forward, man.
Got you.
Thank you, Wolf. BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin, only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back our sponsor, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andros, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE-recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCollum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure, with over $150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at jvogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands, so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly, where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week. Please welcome in our new pod and daily site sponsor, Twisted Shamrock Studios and
and Spa located in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Twisted Shamrock is a retro spa experience for the average Joe and Jane. Meet the next evolution of recovery and relaxation. Right now, you can try their introductory offer where you can try a core service to include massage, skincare, facial, stretch therapy, body slimming, toning, personal training, and spray tanning for 30 minutes for just $30. This is perfect for our wrestling pals as well. Book today. Call 484-574-8868 or visit www.twistedshamrockstudiospa.com. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for 2025, the Ropes and Riffs podcast, featuring Maestro John Kiernan speaking with the stars of professional wrestling about their in-ring, tunage, gear, and so much more. Check out John's interviews with the likes of Lince Dorado, Mercedes Martinez, and so much more. Find the Ropes and Riffs podcast on all major podcast platforms.